Welcome back to the channel, guys. In today's video, we'll be sharing 4 Suze Orman tips that will save you from financial ruin. So let's get started. Don't neglect your retirement. One of the biggest favors you can do for yourself is to start saving early for retirement. According to Suze Orman, nearly 60% of people spend more years in retirement than they ever do working. Think of it this way. Most people plan on retiring by 65 after working for 30 years, and they could live till 100. The key is to get rid of as many expenses as you can, she explains. Don't have debt. If you do have a home, make sure your mortgage is paid off by the time you retire. Your goal in retirement is to be totally debt-free. So, how and when do you start saving for retirement? Suze says that the earlier you start, the more you'll benefit from compound growth. In other words, time is the most important factor when it comes to retirement plans. The sooner you begin, the better you'll be, she says. Adopt a foolproof credit card strategy. Another life-changing financial tip from Suze Orman is to use your credit card responsibly. She says, your goal should be to pay off credit card bills in full at the end of each month and set aside money towards your emergency savings. This is important because when you get out of credit card debt, your credit score goes up and interest starts to go down. So make it a habit to pay credit card bills in full. You can do this by transferring the entire amount of money you owe from your checking account to the credit card company every month. In case you're unable to make full payments, Suze has advice for that scenario too. She says those carrying a credit card balance should scale back to making the minimum payment each month so they have more money to put into savings. Similarly, she also advises people to stick to a monthly budget and stay below credit limits by minimizing unnecessary purchases. Remember, just because you can afford it doesn't mean you should buy it. Diversify your assets. With the stock market and almost every other asset class brimming with potential, it can be intimidating to dip your toe into the investing waters as a beginner. But there are great investment ideas and tips that'll allow you to make smarter financial decisions as a beginner and step into the investment world with ease. Whether it's the stock market or real estate, there are tons of free online resources available for beginners that cover everything you need to learn about investments. Truth is, the sooner you learn about different investment options, the more time your money has to grow and multiply. Once you've learned the key principles of investing your money, it's important to know how to diversify your assets. Suze Orman says, you need to have diversification in your portfolio, especially in times like these. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself down 80%. And remember, for something to go from 100 to 50 is a 50% loss. From something to go from 50 back to 100 is a 100% gain, so don't be a fool. According to the financial guru, it's also crucial to fully understand your investment options. We know that every investment has its pros and cons, but the kind that's best suited for you depends on a few factors. These include your risk tolerance, timeline, and reason for investing. While you must consider all these before investing, what's most important is for you to know your risk tolerance. Some investments carry more risk than others, which is why Suze Orman recommends beginners start with low-risk investments and then make their way up. Think about how long you can thrive without receiving significant financial returns. Also consider if you're comfortable waiting for a few years to receive long-term benefits, or simply looking for quick short-term growth. Don't give up your power. People who find themselves struggling financially often expect a miracle that would magically resolve all their money problems. Even if they're doing it subconsciously, these people have this false idea at the back of their minds that they'll either get out of debt by winning the lottery, land a windfall from a rich relative, or receive a high-paying job offer out of nowhere. Well, sorry to burst your bubble, but none of these miracles are going to swoop in and save you when you're deep in financial trouble. So instead of making up fake scenarios in your head and being unrealistically optimistic, understand that you can't hand over the financial steering wheel to someone else. Suze Orman says that people need to stop giving up their power and stop expecting a financial advisor to turn their life around. She says you cannot just take a financial advisor's word for anything. Instead, start taking responsibility, allow yourself to be in control of your finances, and start working towards making better financial decisions. In one of her most famous sayings, Suze gives a truly important message. She says, remember to remember your power. Everything you've learned with these steps to financial freedom, and put it all into practice every day. Similarly, she also tells people it's better to do nothing than something you don't understand. And if it doesn't feel right to you, you have to trust yourself more than you trust others. It's your money, and what happens to your money will directly affect the quality of your life. Not my life, not anybody else's life. And that brings us to the end of this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on to stay updated with our latest videos. We'll see you soon. Until then, take care and goodbye.